3.5 hours southeast of Salt Lake City, Utah, is a small town in the middle of the desert called Moab. Moab is famous the world over for their Jeep trails. They also have incredible mountain biking, hiking, and tons of other outdoor activities. And Moab is also home to Arches National Park. You might recognize part of the park from the Utah license plate, but there's tons of other places where you can make your kids stand for hours while you take pictures of them. Goblin Valley is also nearby. This is where the movie Galaxy Quest was partially filmed. But my favorite part about Moab is riding Rokons. The two-wheel drive Rokon, it's called slick rock, but it's not slick at all. It's sandstone. And when you put the two-wheel drive Rokon on this rock, it'll stick to almost anything. The only thing that's really going to stop you is the fear that's between your own ears, because the Rokon just doesn't know when to stop. And just like that, we're up and over another rock face. Time to celebrate. But don't celebrate too soon, friend. There is a dark side to all that traction and all that torque. Your chain is going to stretch. But don't worry, it's totally normal. It happens all the time. Just go to your manual, look at page 34, and it's going to tell you how much deflection you should have in your chain, and it's also going to tell you how to fix it. If you don't like to read, well, just watch this video. All you do is go to your rear tire, loosen the lock nut for your tensioning bolt, and then loosen the axle bolt. Do that on both sides, and now the back wheel can move forward and back easier. Go to your tensioning bolt and count the flats on the bolt as you go. 3, 4, 5, 6. Make sure that you do the same rotation on both sides. Nope, don't go 7, just 6. Now go to the other side. Now this, we're not tightening the chain. We're just going to make sure that the autofocus feature is working on the camera. And it looks like it's working really well. So now that we know that, we're going to tighten the bolt and then refilm this to make it look like we didn't do this in the first place. Watch the chain. 1, 2, the chain's getting tighter each time we go up. We're going to count the same amount of flats on the bolt head as we did on the other side. Once that's done, you're going to check the chain. It's perfect. So go back, tighten the lock nut, tighten the axle bolt on both sides. Make sure that everything's down. And when you do this, make sure that you tighten the nut and not the bolt so that the bolt doesn't move the location of the tire. Tighten the axle bolts again, and then double check that chain to make sure it's still in the right position. Now it's time to celebrate. Happy riding.